Welcome everyone to the stream. Let's start. Maybe other people will join, but let's start with today's NFT Butler live demo and ABBA session. Let me kick off this for the newcomers to have a quick review and first the live demo of NFT Butler. How do I pick my collections? How do we create the task in NFT Butler? How do we start bidding? And then also have a look at the new community bot features. If anyone has a question, just interrupt me. We are here to help, and it's an AMA session, so don't hesitate to ask any questions. So you can see NFT Butler on my screen right now. I'm currently running 3 tasks. For everyone who is not using NFT Butler yet, you basically have a task section where you can run up to 4 tasks, each doing about 1,500 bits per hour on a specific collection. You can check the collection stats here. So what is the current floor price and royalties and your expected profit span, which is basically calculated on your bid level compared to the floor price minus royalties. Then you have different options to create a task, which we will have a look at in a few minutes. And you also have the wallet stats where you can, okay, this error shouldn't happen. Just open it again. There was an error fetching wallet stats, okay. But it's still fetching my wallet stats, so all good. That's the demo effect, I guess. So you can basically see your wallets configured in NFT Butler. You can check what bits are currently active, how many, at what average price on each wallet. And since there is a rule by OpenSea, you cannot bid more than 1,000 times your funds. You basically have this red line, which is indicating so I can not do any more bids with this wallet right now because I'm hitting this limit of 1,000 times your funds on OpenSea. So I can do a total of 2,500 ETH with this wallet or wrapped Ethereum in bits, which is basically 8,000 times this 0.3 ETH. Yeah, and that's the same for all my wallets. I'm using different wallets here to bid with because there is another rule by OpenSea. You cannot have more than 15,000 active bits per wallet. I'm not hitting that limit right now, but we will also incorporate in one of the next releases another graph, which is basically indicating how much active bits do you have, because this is the second blocker, which can happen when you're doing mass bidding. To be able to use NFT Butler, you basically have to claim one of our lifetime licenses or get a free trial week, which I also need to start in a minute. Let me just finish this. So if you have a lifetime license of NFT Butler in your wallet, you can basically verify it in Discord to get the lifetime member role in our Discord server. And you will also log into NFT Butler with your Discord account. And once you're logged in, it will check if you have the necessary lifetime member role to use the application. Once you install it, you will have to set up your NFT Butler environment first. So you will need to create a wallet. We usually recommend to create a new dedicated wallet with some limited funds in the beginning until you get familiar with it. Before adding a wallet to NFT Butler, please process at least 1 manual bid on OpenSea and wait for the approval. This is just to make sure you have approved the wrapped Ethereum contract, which is necessary to place bids, basically. You will have to extract the private key, not the seed phrase, just the private key of a single wallet in MetaMask and add it here. This is required to basically give NFT Butler the permission to sign your transaction and place your bids. However, the whole application is designed as a desktop application, as all these secrets here are only stored encrypted on your client only. They are never shared over the internet. They are stored encrypted, and it's really the reason for the whole design, how we set up NFT Butler, as we want to make sure no one is in control of your private key except from your own client. Yes. You will also have to add Infura project IDs. Those are used to process your bits on the Ethereum blockchain. Depending on how much bits you want to carry out per day, we recommend to create 2 to 6 Infura keys. And for each Infura account, you will have to register with Infura with a dedicated email address here. It's free of charge, and you will get basically 100,000 requests per day per account. But each bit takes maybe 5 to 6 Infura requests, because we have to check if there are already bits, and several requests are involved for a bit. So that's why we would recommend to set up multiple accounts here. Each of those accounts will hold open WebSocket connections with Infura, and NFT Butler will cycle through all the connection to carry out your bits. You can also add your own OpenSea API key if you want. Right now, this is not required anymore, since you will get 4 tasks right from our backend anyway. In the beginning, it was required to add your own OpenSea API keys to scale up to 4 tasks, but this is not necessary anymore. We also have a support page. If you have a lot of tasks completed like I do, all these tasks are basically stored in a local Redis database. And we have heard from some people running NFT Butler on a virtual private server with only limited memory available, maybe 4 or 6 gigabyte. If that's the case, then you might run into issues after maybe having 10 or 20 tasks completed, that a task is suddenly stopping. And when troubleshooting the issue, we saw it's related to running out of memory when trying to load all those jobs into memory of the Redis database. So if you encounter this issue, you can go to the support page, reset your local database, which will basically delete all the progress of all your tasks. So all these tasks are going to be reset to 0. You will not have the logs anymore here, but it will, clean up the environment and make sure everything is running on an optimal environment.
Benny, is that sorry,
Yes,
Benny, is that the same if we press stop on a task and it?
Yes.
So if we press stop, it'll just deletes the log file anyway. Is that the
exactly.
Same?
It's the same if you hit the stop button here. This will also delete all the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen some memory leaks in the Redis library, so we are doing snapshots of this every 5 minutes to the disk. So in order, if your computer crashes or anything, we still have the state of the past 5 minutes. And hitting this button will really ensure everything is deleted, even if there were some old jobs which, due to some memory leaks are somehow still in your memory, but not visible anymore here in one of your tasks. So this is really a full reset here. We will also add another option here in the next release to create a ticket. So if you have any issue or question, you can hit that button and it will create a ticket with us. Also uploading your log files and everything. Because right now, if people have issues, we still need to ask manually to grab the log files and send it via Discord. So we will simplify that process here in the support page as well. Cool. So since we have a few newcomers here in our AMA session today, let me just prepare the free trial vouch, or the free trial, how is it called? Like, everyone can apply for free trials here who doesn't have a free trial license for NFT Butler yet. Let me just grab those commands. Okay, so for everyone who would like to get their hands-on experience on NFT Butler and win a free trial week, let me just share my Discord. And I need to grab the right command. Here we go. Just give me 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. So there is a get a trial channel which everyone should see. If you're in this channel here, let me just edit this for everyone who would like to participate. The free trial raffle, type Padawan like I do here. Let's hope this works. Yes, this works. So to register for yes, exactly. People already got it. Okay, so registration for the free Padawan trial program is open now. Just hit !Padawan in the Get a Trial channel and you will be registered. And at the end of the AMA session, I will draw some people to win the weekly trial for NFT Butler. Awesome. So let's have a look at how we create a task in NFT Butler and process some bits. I'm going to bring back Discord now. So we have, if you're a Padawan, so a free weekly trial or a lifetime member, you will have access to our holder channels. There is a holder chat and the NFT talk chat, of course. Also some tips and tricks, very useful if you get started with NFT Butler. Have a look here. Something I would really recommend is installing this Therion app and watch your wallets, because it will send you push notifications as soon as one of your bits is accepted or sold. And we have this very useful tool, Collection Scan. So this is one of our bots we have coded for the community. And it's basically a bot which scans the 1,400 biggest collections on OpenSea every hour, and will then post these collection summaries for each of those collections. It will basically tell you what is the current floor price, what are the royalties. This also includes the OpenSea royalties. So what is your expected return once you sell one of those NFTs? Then it will scan a random number of 600 tokens for this collection and see if it can find a bid level which is the same on most of these tokens, basically. And it will also suggest an overbid level, which is basically just adding 0.01 ETH to the current bid level. And based on the overbid level and the floor price minus royalties, it will tell you what is the expected profit span if you bid or carry out bids here and sell your NFT at this point in time. You know, this still might change because the floor might be moving a little bit up or down. It's really just a snapshot of this point in time of this collection. It also gives some indication on what is the 1-day average price and the 7-day average selling price. It will add a green banner to it if the 1-day average price is lower than the 7-day average price, because what we have seen in the past is people are more likely to accept your bids if the price is slightly dropping over time, because people are fearful. They may be in need of liquidity, so they're more likely to sell their NFTs. We also check what is how many sales happened in the past day and in the past 7 days. And we will only post collections which have at least 10 sales in the last day and 70 sales in the last 7 days. As I think it's very risky to bid on collections which have less than 10 sales per day on average, since you want to make sure once you get an NFT and a bid accepted, you want to be able to flip it quickly. So there needs to be sales going on each collection. And then just some general stats, total supply, unique owners, and total volume made on this collection. So usually when I want to start bidding on a new collection, I just scroll through here. And I usually look for collections where I can at least do about 0.1 ETH profit. And since I have limited funds in my wallets still, I usually also look for floor prices between 0.1 and 0.5 ETH. you can make way higher profits on collections with a higher floor price, but there is also more risk involved, obviously, if the floor price is dropping and stuff like that. So let's scroll through this. So this one looks nice, but it has a very high floor price, but also some decent profit to be made. Let's maybe pick another one. Okay, this one you can see here. The higher the floor price, the more profit span is you can expect. But since you have this limitation of not bidding more than 1,000 times your funds on OpenSea, it also takes a lot of funds to, carry out 5,000 bids at, I don't know, 2 ETH would require like 10 ETH funds in your wallet. There is also some indications like this one here. I can, where it says no bids yet. This doesn't necessarily mean there are no bids at all. It just means in those 600 tokens which were scanned by the bots, it didn't find any bids. So that for some collections, this is really an indication no one is bidding on it, which might be a great chance. And the overbid level is basically, I think, just like 60% below floor price or 40, something like that. Okay, here, this is the huge profit span. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so this is still very high, 2E floor price. But if we see profit spans like that, we need to have a look at it, right? So, okay, psychedelic anonymous genesis. Usually what I look first is, okay, first I look at the floor price. Okay, floor price seems to be pretty consistent. Then I usually check the activity to see how the price changed. Okay, it dropped a lot in the past week, but it seems to be stabilized here. But since it dropped a lot, I guess people are very unlikely to accept bids at this level. So usually then I scroll through the collection to see what bids were accepted during the past few days. But we have just released a new Discord bot feature today to actually automate this. So let's try it out. So we have this community bot which gives you a bunch of options to, filter for trades for certain collections, filter for scores. And we have now this new command bid, and then the collections log from OpenSea, which will basically scan the last 300 sales events and then post you the last 10 bids accepted. It will take like 30 seconds. It's already there. Okay, so with the last 300 sales, we can see 2 days ago, one bid was accepted at this level. And before that, there were way higher bids accepted. That one seemed to be very juicy. Let's have a look at this one. Someone made a big profit here, I guess. Okay, it's okay. But it's not like huge profit span. But he did get the bid through and made a small profit here if you subtract the royalties. It's pretty decent. I think if we look at the collection scanner again, where is it? Gone now. Shit. Okay, it's gone now. But it said like 1 ETH. It's still too high for me, so I won't create a task on that one. But if I would start a task here on this one, because people might be very fearful since the floor dropped that much, and we still have between 10 and 20 sales per day, so that's still enough for bidding. I think I would go with like maybe 0.1 ETH or 1.2 ETH, trying to grab some very cheap NFTs of those and, selling them at 2 ETH.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
I have another kind of recommendation while you're looking on the OpenSea activity page.
Yes.
If you remove the sales filter, it'll show you all active bids going on as well too. So all those bids. So sometimes, since those are fairly new bids, the bot and the collection scans won't register those since they're fairly new. So that's something else to look out for. And this is also where I look for people that have the bots that will loop outbid you too. So this is kind of another thing. You can see that the active bids minus the one that the bot picked up on in collection scans. This will show you kind of new ones, that someone else may have started a task as well. So just wanted to mention that.
I like this a lot. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. You can really see, what bits are right now coming in. Here we have Flashboy. We have seen him a lot already bidding around in the space. So it looks like
Flashboy name will, and most people with a Flash name, they will outbid you by 0.001 depending on how small or large of a profit you go to. Flashboy. And I think there's another one with a common name. I don't know what bot, but those ones have been notorious for micro outbidding you. So just something that, because after I start running the task, after a couple minutes, I'll come back and look at the activity feed to see if anyone is micro outbidding. A few minutes afterwards, and then I'll usually stop the task and look and start another task till it cools down. So.
That's exactly what I've been doing, Willie.
Yeah.
I find the same thing. I was just saying to Benny yesterday, I was doing quite a few tasks over the last couple of days, and I'm finding that there's a couple of collections or a couple of bidders that within minutes of me putting bids in, they start outbidding me for like a 20-minute cycles. So they'll outbid you for 20 minutes, it expires, and they run it again. They just keep doing these 20-minute outbidding things. But yeah, I do the same thing. I jump in there and just see if I've triggered off something. All of a sudden I see people outbidding me. I'll just either give it a break and jump onto something else, or come back and check back later. But it does get annoying when you spend all this time setting everything up and all of a sudden you start getting outbidded.
Yeah, and sometimes it's worth it to keep it going depending on how large the collection is, because sometimes they'll do a 20-minute one. The seller won't notice it, or the potential seller won't notice it, and their 20-minute one will expire. And then during that period where it's just you with the highest bid again, then they may accept it. You may get lucky, but yeah, depending how long they're putting their bid above you for, and how quickly it'll reappear once that say 20-minute window disappears, how quickly it'll be re-looped, I guess, is just depending. I guess if you have a lot of liquidity, it's not a big deal. But if you're working with slim liquidity, then it's a lot of times not worth it for certain collections, and worry about something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense. So here, when we look at the current bids currently pumped out, maybe it would make sense to go with like 0.15 ETH, since you would outbid most of the people, lowering a little bit your profit span. But still, we see a lot of activity from a lot of different bots and wallets. So it looks like a very challenged or congested collection here. So let's have a look at another one. Oh, I can see more people have joined. Welcome. We are currently having a look at our collection scanner to find a collection and create a new task in NFT Butler to do bids on. Okay, this is, I have been here before. So this was where we ended. Our bid level has changed because a lot of bids are being carried out. Here we have some nice profits as well, but again, very high floor price. I like this one here. This one is not too bad. It's nearly 1.1 ETH. I like the floor price. Price is rising, so this is more unlikely to get bids accepted, but let's still have a look at this. Okay, we have some apes collection going on here again. Let's have a quick look at the activity. Also, let's start the community bot to check what bids were accepted lately. Let it do his job, and let's have a look here. So we can see the price is now slightly rising. We still have about 10 to 20 sales per day, so that looks fine. Floor price is currently 0.25 ETH. Let's just have a quick look at a few tokens. So bid level seems to be 0.15. There's still some room for nice profit, and we can have a look at the latest bids going on this token. Seems like not a lot of people are bidding here, maybe 2 or 3. So I think this might be worth creating a task. Let's also have, as mentioned by Obviously, a quick look on how much bids are coming in right now. So bids are coming in, very low bids here. This looks like a trade bidder, which is only bidding on certain trades, but higher bids, which is also a very nice strategy. Those are very low bids, so we can easily outbid this one here. Let's have a look at our bid scan for this collection. So we can see bids recently being accepted between 0.25 and 0.13. Okay, this one was a very high one. So some people got really low bids accepted here. I like that. So people were fearful, not too sure if they are still fearful, but we can try. It's also, whenever you start bidding on a new collection, it's also getting some experience about the community, because some communities, they are very diamond-handed and not a lot of people are accepting bids. Some of them are not. What I like here, all these bids were accepted in the past few days. Yeah, but like a week. But let's try anyway. So since people are bidding right now at, so we saw like 0.15, which is still a nice profit margin. Let's outbid them. So let's create the task, give it a name. What is the size of the collection? 8,000 items. Let's put the collection slug. Here we need to put the range on tokens where we want to bid on. Our community bot does also have some options if you want to filter for certain trades or only listed tokens, for example. So you can, I could also scan this collection and only get all token IDs which are listed below a certain price point. So you could create tasks for listed tokens only, or filtered by trades. And this is where you would put in your comma-separated list of token IDs. But what I do now right now is just a task which will bid on the whole collection with a decent price, basically. Also, in the next release, we will add a button here that you can just click. I want to bid on all tokens, so you don't have to grab those token ID ranges anymore. But you will still have the possibility to add your own token ID ranges if you want to do trade bidding or bids on listed items. And on a later version, we will also add trade filters right in NFT Butler here. So let's do 0.17 to 0.2, no, 90. Still want to make sure we have some decent profit. I will do 12-hour bids for now. This is basically how long are the bids going to be valid. Usually when you start bidding and you're not very familiar with the collection, maybe you should put something lower here, so maybe only 2 or 6 or 8 hours. Yeah, but I will do this for now. Once you created the task, it will pop up in your unscheduled task list. We can now check the stats, and we see our expected profit span on this floor price with these royalties. I usually aim for higher profit, so I will change the price a little bit. So let's make sure we are still outbidding other people, but let's not go over this price.
Hey, Benny, those stats in that task, is that constantly being checked, or is that a snapshot of, is that when you click on it, does it always go out and check the latest, or is it just based on a certain time period?
It's always checked, but I think it's cached for like 10 minutes on our backend.
Okay.
So it won't change for like 10 minutes. Yeah, and it will be checked again.
Yep.
So I just hit the limit of my tasks. This is the first time I hit the limit. So let's delete some tasks here, which I didn't use for a long time. Delete. So there is a limit of 50 tasks you can have in NFT Butler. This is again to make sure resources cannot be used extensively, to make sure everything is running smooth. So let's lower this price. Yeah, I like that. So like 0.05 to 0.07 profit. Let's start this task. We can now see all the token IDs are initialized basically in the Redis database, and they are carried out. So every task will basically it will show you what is the current offer. Then it will tell you what is your offer price. So it's just taking my minimum bid price right now. If someone else already has a bid above 0.16 ETH, I will outbid him by 1%, but never higher than 0.17 ETH. That's basically the configuration. And it will now carry out bids like every 2.5 seconds in average. You will also have full transparency here in the logs. So you will always see what is being processed, what was the bid level, what is your bid price for each token, all your completed tasks. You might have very few in failed. I can show you this here. Some of them might fail because OpenSea has disabled them for buying and selling, or there was a short issue on the OpenSea API. Yeah, but usually like 90 to 95% are processed successfully. Do you have any questions so far about NFT Butler, how we create tasks, about the features? Also for all the newcomers, if you don't have an NFT Butler lifetime license yet, and if you would like to get a hands-on experience and win a weekly trial, you can right now during the AMA go to the Get a Trial channel here and type !Padawan, and you will be registered for our raffle. And at the end of the AMA, we will give away some weekly free trials. Awesome. So let's maybe have a quick or a discussion about what are we currently working on. So right now, all these tasks, you can queue up as many tasks as you want. So you can have 4 running tasks, and you can say, okay, once these tasks are finished, I want to process all these tasks again. If it already completed, it will basically just start over from scratch again. And once a task is finished, it will basically just pick up the next task from the queue. You can do that already, and you can put as many tasks in the queue as you want. But the next feature, which was also the most wanted feature by our community voting, is going to be looping tasks, which is basically a task which will, when it finishes, start from scratch again to make sure all your bits are renewed. You can then choose to use lower validity times since it will start over anyway, so you will have more automation. And looping tasks will also take care of any errors like this which are breaking your task. So if you're running out of funds, the looping task will basically just break itself, wait for your funds to be freed again, and then continue bidding. So you don't have to worry anymore, about restarting your task. It will basically just cover a whole collection and make sure your bids are being refreshed whenever possible. I can also give you a short sneak peek, I think, how this is going to look like. Because our UX designer has just finished some layouts today, how this is going to look like. So you will have looping tasks like this one here. This is a looping task which is currently running right now. This is a looping task which is currently waiting for resuming later on because maybe funds are taken and it has to wait. And you can always break looping tasks, of course, by just clicking here and say, I don't want to resume it in 4 minutes. Then we do also work on creating tickets in NFT Butler. We have already talked about it on the support page here. You will have an option of creating a ticket. Right now, you can only create tickets in Discord. And we will have to ask for your log files and stuff to see what the issue was. We will automate this process here. And third one, which we are adding. So right now, if you create a task, you can either bid in Ethereum, which is basically just a fixed price, which makes sense just to what is the market condition right now. You can already bid relative to the current floor price. So you can say my minimum bid price should be 40% below floor. Let's create one just to see. And my maximum bid price should be 30% below floor price. And if you create it, so this one will basically bid relative to what is the floor right now. So this is the best in combination with looping tasks if you take lower validity periods and you want to make sure your bids are being refreshed every few hours with the looping task. So you don't have to, check the market again. It will basically always bid 40% below the floor price. And you can see, maybe I should have gone with this setting because that's actually what I want to aim for, like 0.05 to 0.08 ETH profit span. But so here we will also add a third option. Right now, you still have to do reverse calculation, right? Because is 40% below floor going to make me enough profit to, you're still doing some risks, carrying out those bids. So is this really matching what I want? So what we will add here is we will have a third option, profit, where you will say, okay, I want to carry out bids to have at least 0.05 to 0.08 profit. Maybe it's going to be the other way around. We still need to define it. So let's say I want to have 0.1 ETH profit and at least 0.05 profit. So NFT Butler is going to do all the reverse calculation for you. How much below the current floor price do I need to bid? Also subtracting the royalties to ensure this is going to be your profit span for the current floor price. Because in the end, we all want to make profit, right? So this should simplify the whole reverse calculation I have done in the last few months on every created tasks. Are there any questions so far on the next features?
I have one question. If we lost the internet or something like that, it's gonna resume the task, or?
Right now, it will fail. So if you lose internet connection, you will have an error here like connection failed because it cannot process the bits anymore. If it's only timing out, it's going to be fine. But if you lose internet connectivity for a long time, it's really failing. Looping tasks will handle this. So if looping tasks cannot process bits due to missing internet connectivity, they will basically make a break of 30 minutes and try again later.
Okay, thank you. I have another question, but I will let it at the finish of the email.
Okay. Also, in regards of internet connection, we have received some reports of issues when you have an unstable internet connection. So we usually recommend to, if you have a very bad internet connection or are living off-site somewhere, your bits are also going to be processed a little bit slower. So not every 2.5 seconds, but maybe every 5 to 6 seconds, because every bit takes about 10 HTTP requests to be carried out. We need to check what is the current bit level, what is the current floor price, does the asset exist, and stuff like that. So if you're having a bad internet connection, this will add up to your latency, losing some of the bidding speed. So if this is the case, also in our tips and tricks channel here in our Discord, we also have an article about VPS server. So how to use basically a virtual server, which you pay, between $20 and $50 per month. You can set that up. You can then connect to your VPS server remotely, also from your mobile app. So, for example, Dave is using VPS server to control his NFT Butler via mobile. And if you do that, you will ensure a perfect internet connection and also maximum throughput of NFT Butler. Also, we have also some users using multiple VPS servers to run multiple instances of NFT Butler. So if you have enough funds and your main limiting factor is basically the 6,000 bits per hour, you can do that as well. Cool. What else do we have? Maybe let's review quickly what are the new features on our community bot. Let me just show you this one here. So, yes, Vito.
There is no problem with OpenSea policy to get banned or something.
No, we are completely playing along their rules. So we are even in contact with OpenSea. We tried to get an official partnership with them and obtain a lot of OpenSea API keys. So we are using the official APIs and SDK of OpenSea. We are in contact with them. And there is nothing forbidden about bidding. And they also want to do bidding, because on every bid accepted, they will profit. They will get 2.5% revenue share on every sale again. So we are also not supporting proxies. That's why we have this limitation of 6,000 bits per hour. So that's basically what you can carry out as a maximum throughput to OpenSea without getting rate limited. So you can see here, now just one bit was rejected due to the rate limits of OpenSea. So we have invested a lot of time to find the perfect code to get the maximum throughput from one single IP address without getting rate limited. And that's also what OpenSea states in their terms and conditions. You're not allowed to use proxy servers to exploit that. So we are not using that. They also state you can only use one API key, but actually you will get an API key from our backend. Each task is going to use an API key, but it seems not to be very strict on this. So, and we have also, we have really, we are in contact with OpenSea, and
thank you.
That's also our goal. We are an official startup company here, founded here in Switzerland, and we want to play along the rules and provide the best bulk bidding and trading tools in the NFT space. Awesome. So let's have a look at what.
Can I ask about?
Yes, sure.
Must cancel. See, I want to cancel the bid.
Yes. So this is also in our tips and tricks channel. So if you carried out a lot of bits and then the floor price is suddenly dropping here and you're not in profit anymore, you have basically two options. There is on OpenSea here. We have a tips and tricks about that as well. If you want to cancel all bits on OpenSea, there is in account settings. So you just log in with your wallet and there is a button to cancel all your bits. However, if you have tens of thousands or thousands of active bits, we have seen this page not working very well and timing out and not doing what it should. So the easiest way to cancel all your bits is just unwrap all your wrapped Ethereum. So your bits can only be accepted if enough wrapped Ethereum is available in your wallet. So if you unwrap all this wrapped Ethereum, no one can accept your bits anymore. And then just let all your bits expire before start bidding again. That's also part of our roadmap. So we have a lot of safety features on our roadmap that, when you configure a task, that you are also able to specify what is the maximum number of bits which I want to be able to accept for this task. Let's say maybe say 2. And if 2 bits are accepted, NFT Butler will automatically unwrap your wrapped Ethereum to make sure no more bits can be accepted. Or the floor price is dropping below a certain threshold, and you're maybe sleeping, and then NFT Butler will unwrap your wrapped Ethereum for you. So this is part of our roadmap, and we are very dedicated with the whole team. We bring out new feature releases about every 2 to 4 weeks, and we are actually, for all the lifetime members, we are using community votes on what should come next. So right now, looping task is the most wanted thing. We are also, so here we have the safety features to unwrap your wrapped Ethereum. And also a feature we are currently already looking into is automated listing of NFTs. So once you get a bit accepted, NFT Butler will get an event notification that you just got a new NFT in your wallet, and you can then configure your task to automatically list NFTs which you got from accepted bits at current floor price, or maybe, 1% above current floor price. So then you have like the full-fledged money machine, which will buy and sell NFTs for you. Anything else, Mido?
No, sir. No. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we have just released some new features in the community bot today. There is a command where you can run scan and your collection, which will basically provide a very similar output to this one here, but also additional information. It does now also scan all the token IDs of the whole collection and provide you with a CSV file output. You can open it in Excel and see all the token IDs, its trades, and if it's currently listed and at what price. It will also scan the last 5 accepted bits and post it to your channel, similar to the bits command we already saw. And a lot of infos about the collection. Then we have the token scan. This is very new. You can run it for a collections log or a smart contract address, and optionally you can add this filter like point to ETH, and it will basically give you a list of all the tokens currently listed on OpenSea below that price level. So this is useful because you can then copy paste this list in this field here in the token ID range, and you can create a task which will bid on all listed items on OpenSea. That has been a strategy which seems to be very successful for some user, because people listing their NFTs are more likely to accept bids since they want to sell it. That's the idea behind it. I can also show you how this looks like, because I did some scans to test this morning. So here I run a collection scan on Crypto Cannabis Club. So you will first get the complete scan of all the tokens and you can open it in Excel. So you will basically get all the token IDs, 1 to 10,000, who's the current owner. So this one will help you to if you have a collection where a lot of tokens are staked and you don't want to bid on them, you can basically filter out here the staking address. So you will only be left over with token IDs which are not staked. Then you can see if the token is currently listed or not and at what price level. Also seeing the listing time and expiration time. You can see who is the seller currently selling it. So this might also be something, if you see someone is selling a lot of tokens, maybe you want to bid on those because he's clearly in need of liquidity. Maybe he's going to accept your bids. And this is just all the traits of this token combined. So it's always trade category and value, comma separated as a long string. We already get that data when we scan all those tokens. So I thought, let me put it in somehow. You can maybe search for a certain trait here. Yeah, not too sure. I thought, let's put it in there. Maybe people are going to make use of it. So this is the token scan you will receive. Then you will receive the same output as in the collection scanner. You will also get the last 5 bits printed just to get a rough understanding on what bits were accepted lately. And also some output, what our bot thinks about this collection. So it will tell you, okay, sales count is fine. It seems to be dropping in price, which is good from a psychological point of view. Holder ratio is below 4, supply holder ratio, which is also an indicator we usually use. Then it will tell you how many bits were found when scanning those 600 tokens. What is the current profit span? If it's below 20%, I think, it will tell you it's an error. And also profit margin on this one seems to be low because, yeah, it would tell you to at least calculate 0.05 or more profit on such a collection. And then whenever you do such a collection scan, it will keep the channel open for 30 minutes before it's closed. Our bot never uses direct messages. We always create channels or direct answers in the channel itself. So whenever you receive a direct message from someone who is claiming to be NFT Butler, you can consider it spam and scam. So we never use direct messages.
Can we use like webhook, Discord webhook, like our channel webhook?
Sorry again?
Can we use our channel webhook so we can receive notification of bids and like that?
You mean if you can use a webhook on your Discord server to receive updates? Not yet. So right now we don't have any sort of notification system built into NFT Butler or any of our bots. Right now it's really just for the lifetime holders. So the company we founded earlier this year, Edelweiss GmbH here in Switzerland, we also have NFT Bots, which is another product we host, but not related to NFT Butler. And here we basically sell Discord bots. So here we have bots like sales and listings bot. We already serve more than 100 customers. And this is usually more related to collection owners.
Okay.
Yeah. And we yeah, sure, no problem. But these bots here are really for NFT Butler and the lifetime member community for NFT traders and bidders. And we will have to have a look on, how we send push notifications from your NFT Butler to your Discord account. But we didn't find the perfect solution yet because Discord is sometimes a little bit spammy. So, yeah. So for now, we really recommend to use the Zerion app just to get notifications on when one of your NFTs is sold or a bid is accepted. Also use our suggestions channel. So we have 2 suggestions channels, one for everyone and one for holders. And we are really working very closely with the community to prioritize new feature requests and what should we do next. So it's really a blast to work with you guys and build the best NFT trading and bidding tool in the space. So let us know about your suggestions and ideas and wishes, and we will take it into our backlog and review it, and also bring it up for community votes. What should be implemented next?
For sure, for sure.
Awesome. Let's maybe also have a quick look at the success channel. So this one is used by our members to basically post their flips done with NFT Butler. And I think Obvili is clear winner of the flip of the week, I think, with this one, right?
Yeah, looks good.
How did you do that, Obvili? Did you just think, okay, let's bid very low bids everywhere and hope I get something very cheap? How did it happen? Obvili still in the call? Let me check. Oh, not anymore. Very sad. Okay. Yeah, he had the flip of the week, definitely. This is like kind of a joke because I'm bidding on Adam Bomb Squad since, I don't know, 2 months. And I don't know, I already flipped like maybe 20 or 30 bombs at least. So everyone is making fun when I come up with another flip. And I think actually I just got another one, a very decent one. I got it for like 0.3 and sold it for 0.6. So that's close to this one here.
You know, I actually jumped on there yesterday. I think had a quick look and I saw NFT Butler bot.
Yeah, that was me.
And I thought I'm not even going to try. I just stayed away from it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Everyone who's trying to bid on Adam Bomb Squad, I'm gonna outbid everyone.
Yeah, no, I was just curious, and of course I saw you there.
Cool. Amuti's had some great success this week as well. Unfortunately, he's not in the call, but those are juicy flips. Because, you know, if you're on a low floor price, but nearly to like 0.1 ETH, it's still like 0.08 ETH profit, which is very decent. And we're all
Maybe
Yes.
you can swipe the floor.
Yes, you can, but you still need to be able to sell all your NFTs at a higher price, right?
For sure.
Dave was had some holidays from last Thursday, I think, until Monday, and he came back on Tuesday and telling me he had great holidays because he was getting a lot of bids accepted during holidays. So he was already, you know, getting his money back of holidays just while sitting on the beach and having some drinks. Yeah, I know he's also controlling NFT Butler through his mobile on a VPS server. So whenever his girlfriend is not looking, he's trying to get some bits out and flip some NFTs. Oh, Dolphy! So this was 1 week?
Yeah, that was last week. It's been very quiet since last weekend. But that was a week ago. That was probably the past 5 or 6 days worth of bids.
But that's awesome, right? So you got some really juicy flips here, like 0.45 to 0.6.
Yeah, some good ones there.
Awesome.
But
Cool.
yeah, this whole crypto, you know, the crash in Ethereum's quieting things down a little bit over the past.
Yes, I know.
4 or 5 days.
It hurt a lot. But I'm trying to accumulate just as much Ethereum as I can because it's going to go back up to 3K, 4K, 5K. So let's try to, you know, get Ethereum now and sell it at double the price.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
Ewan, please. You did some, what was that? An honest month of bidding. So this looks nice as well. Look at this. A lot of flips, some smaller, some bigger. This one is very decent. Here as well. Cool. It's really cool to see, you know, when we started this project, we realized there are so many collections and you need so much funds to carry out all those bits. And it's really, really great to see how we are very successful as a community altogether. Oh yeah, and I think this one, yeah, I was so jealous when I saw this one. This was like $6,000 profit in one flip. We don't have to work anymore if we do flips like that. But actually, you need to see. Daniel did some nice flips here as well. But I wanted to show you.
Oh, Kai's.
Yeah,
Kai
that
from a
was
couple.
insane.
That was ridiculous.
It's really ridiculous. Here. Okay. This was like 7 ETH. So you need to have a lot of funds to do this, right? And balls of steel, I think, because I would be dying if I get a bid accepted for 7 ETH. But he was selling those NFTs for like 14 to 19 ETH.
It's amazing.
It's really amazing. He did like $50,000 here with 5 flips or 6 flips.
Azuki.
You think it was the Azuki collection?
I think that.
Yeah,
Don't know.
Yeah,
Could be.
looks like Azuki. Yeah, when the crash happened to the collection.
Oh yeah, of
Ah.
course. Yeah.
So it was also a little bit of luck. He got some bits accepted, and then the floor raise got back up. I didn't follow Azuki in detail, but it's just amazing what he did here. Awesome. We are already at the end of the AMA. Do you have any questions before we pull some lucky winners for the free weekly trial?
No.
How many winners?
Okay, so let's pull some winners. Let me check how many did sign up for the Padawan. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 7 trials or applications for Padawan. So I have a dice here. Let me roll it. I will draw at least 5, I think, right?
Okay.
Okay, number 3. Number 3 is Mado. Mado, you're in the call, right? I guess all are in the call.
Thank you.
You're a lucky winner today. Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
Okay, 11 is too much. I roll a dice of 20. That's maybe too high, but I just need to roll it a little bit more. 6, number 6. We have Gilles Auger. You're in the call as well. Congrats, you're a lucky winner as well. I just need to copy all this to make sure I don't screw this up. Okay, we have Mado winner and Chill. Okay, next one. We have number 2. Nachimi. Congrats. I will all add you to Lucky Winner channel afterwards and provide you with a voucher to be redeemed in our free trial channel. So you will all get free access for a week. So 2 more. Number 8. We only have 7. Sorry, number 8 is not there. Keep rolling 2 high numbers. Okay, number 6. Number 6 is Gilles again. Gilles already won. Sorry, so I need to keep rolling the dice here. Number 7. Number 7 is Ayman IC. Are you still in the call? Yes, you are. Can you hear me? I'm an IC. He's muted.
Yes, I hear you. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So you won another week trial you won a weekly trial for NFT Butler. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So we have one more trial to be chosen, and we have Skymo, Enas, Brian, Ethan left to be drawn. So who is it going to be? So, okay, so it's Skymo is going to be 1 to 7, Medo is going to be 8 to 14, and oh no, not Medo. Enas is going to be 8 to 14, and Brian is going to be 15 to 20. Oh fuck, this doesn't work. So 1 to 7, 8 to 14, 15 to 20. Yes, 21. Yeah. I hope it's okay, Brian. You have one less number. And it's 4. Skymo, you're the lucky last of the winners.
Thank you, bro.
I'm sorry, was I not in there? Was Temujin not in?
Temujin wasn't in. Let me. Ah, fuck. Yeah, you're right. You were there, but you were split from the others. But this is my bad. Okay, let's make this simple. Let's give everyone a winner. I'm tired of drawing. So congrats, Enas, Temujin, and Brian. You all won a free trial. I'm going to add you to the winner channel afterwards and send you a voucher code, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No problem, no problem.
Thank you so much, sir.
Awesome. Any final words, last question before we end this AMA session?
Maybe the next version gonna be like backend server. We don't need to open the NFT Butler.
Okay,
Like,
command line interface of something. We had some users asking for this as well.
yeah.
But our aim is really we want to have a fancy UI to make it useful also for newcomers. But yes, put this into the suggestion channel.
Yeah, I will put it.
Yes, put it, because at a later point maybe we are gonna add the command line interface so you can control it from command line. For now it's gonna be a fancy UI, but this, just put your suggestion, and if you have enough community votes, we're gonna do it for you.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck with all the updates.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining the AMA. We have this AMA session every Thursday evening. So good luck with NFT Butler and bidding, and hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, in the success channel.
Yeah, exactly.
See you soon, bro.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Good luck, guys.